Good morning, folks. Pawpaw here. Today is Tuesday. I'm gonna tell you the date, I think. Oh yeah. 22nd. I was sitting out here with Heidi, and old mama cat here. I take a little break, doing chores and stuff, and I put a video together, I think yesterday, and it'll come out probably next week one day, I don't know. And I mentioned something about something I want to talk about. Body piercing. Body piercing. I know, all right now, some of y'all getting scared. Oh, Lord, Pawpaw, don't go there. Don't go there. Well, I've been around enough to see a lot of body piercing. I've seen body piercings. Yeah. And it's a common thing. It's common to see women with earrings. That's a body piercing. And sometimes multiple. And I've seen some with a little diamond stud or whatever stuck in their nose. That hurts. I've seen them with that thing stuck, that little deal stuck in their tongue. Now listen, I have bit my tongue before. It hurts for days. It hurts for days. So I can imagine, well, I can't imagine how that felt. Especially when you volunteered to do it. Anyway, but I guess you could say tattoos are kind of like body piercing. And I think most everybody up here around us on this hill has a tattoo. Maybe some have multiple. I have one that we got in the Marines. My whole unit got one, or most of the guys that I run around with before we went overseas got one. It looked just alike, just a little small Marine Corps emblem. Well, not an emblem, but it's like the devil dog, Marine Corps mascot, you know, with a little campaign hat on and USMC underneath it. Nothing fancy, but here on my shoulder. Oh, when they first put them on there, them tattoos, they're pretty. They got all them colors in them, you know. Over time, a lot of them just fade out to where you see the dark lines, you know, or the letters and stuff. But anyway, tattoos are a form of body piercing. And people get them in their ear. They get earrings and stuff in their ears. They get them in their nose, get them in their tongue, and they get them other places. And we're not going to talk about it. Not going to talk about it. You're going to get scared. I'm not going to go there. But they do. And anyway, hey, back on track here. Mama cat got me off track. But on a farm, that's what this video is mainly about. You know, you guys don't care about what folks do in town, maybe, or what your neighbor does on body piercing. But you might be interested to know about some of the body piercing that gets done here on the farm. And tattoos could be one of them. You know, some animals get tattooed. And we'll demonstrate that here in a little bit. Some animals get an ear tag, which is basically like an earring. We'll demonstrate that. And there's other ways too. Other ways not so much to the animal, but to the farmer or to the rancher himself. And I'm not going to demonstrate that. I don't like pain. I get enough pain without asking for it. And but we'll demonstrate, or at least I'll show you some things that goes on here on the farm. So just kind of don't be scared. I'm not going to go deep. I'm not going to get too deep with it. And we'll talk about body piercing. And I'm not going to demonstrate on Mama Cat or on my girl Heidi down here. Yeah, I'm sitting here, pair of shorts on, February 22nd, about 70-something degrees. A little bit cloudy. Yesterday was a beautiful day. Yesterday was gorgeous. 83 degrees, sunshine, a little south wind. I got out and tilled my garden, where my garden's going to be. Beautiful day. And I wore shorts then too. Thought I might need a little sun. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all go on this. In a few minutes, I'm gonna get set up and we'll come back and do a few minutes on body piercing. I love you guys. All right, go ahead. Let you guys get through your laughing before I go any further. Go ahead, come on. Come on, everybody. Let's laugh at Pawpaw's cutout. It was either this or use Heidi for my demonstration. Heidi did not want to volunteer for a demonstration. The main thing is the ears. Now I took a piece of a box and drawed a semi-cow head with some ears to demonstrate my body piercing, ear tagging. Okay, a form of identification. So I'll take this little cow head here and I'll demonstrate the ear tags and how they work. Okay, so hang on. Go ahead while I'm getting this stuff together. Y'all go ahead and do your laughing. Get it over with. Okay, these are ear tags. Now ear tags come in, you can get them all colors and all sizes. These are pretty small here, but you'll see they have numbers on them. If people are keeping records, and then when they tag that animal, they can keep records on that animal pretty good. Just put in the record books, put number 25, for instance, and then show the records of what that animal does or how well they perform. So those tags are kind of dirty. They've been in the barn forever. We do not use them. I did it one time and they're okay for a while, but if cattle are in the woods in brush, sometimes they can get pulled out. And the bad thing about these are, as far as identification, they can be cut off real easy. You know, a pair of side cutters or a good knife, you can cut that tag off that animal if you want to. If you're stealing it or something like that, or if you just didn't want to tag it, and you bought one that had a tag and you didn't want to tag no more. I've bought goats before that had tags in their ears, and I sometimes would remove them. Sometimes I just left them alone. But so what I'm going to demonstrate here is putting the ear tag in an ear. This is the particular tool we'll use. They make all kinds now. This is just one. And to put a tag in an animal's ear. Part of body piercing. Body piercing here. And I'm going to load this thing up. It's pretty simple. And I'll show you how it works. So you hang on. Now the stud is going to go through the ear. You see this little metal stud goes all the way through. This thing, like I say, it's dirty. They've been in the barn forever. I got them out just to show you. But it goes through the ear and it will attach to the tag. And it'll come through like so. Like so. And this part here will come out like so. All right, we'll show you here. All right, to load it, we're going to take our little stud and put it on this here little pin right here. That's what's going to come through the ear. Then we take our tag. It's got a slot. You can see a slot here. It'll go in just like that. And then you take it. Here's the cow. And you'd put this here. I'm trying to get out where you can see it. In her ear, where you want it to do. And then you squeeze the handle. And my pasteboard is kind of not too good, but All right, here we go. Try to get it up here so you guys can see it. All right. You just pull it, slip it back out. You got your ear tag that can turn around. So here's your cow with an ear tag. And it's in there unless you want to cut it out. You can cut it out. So that's ear tags. Now, pasteboard don't do as good as an ear, I assure you. As you can see, as that thing comes through, it will squeeze that, and it makes like a little lip on here and holds that tag on there. This is the stud that come all the way through, which went on top of this thing right here, okay? Right on here. That's the part that comes through the ear. And it pushes the other part, it pushes these here all the way through. And it sticks with the back side of the ear tag. It stays in the ear. All right, like I said, we don't use them. I've had these things probably 25 years. I tagged some goats at one time that I bought. I didn't know how they was going to do. They were older goats, and I wanted to keep some records on them for a while. And I had quite a few, so I tagged them. But the goats I have now, I don't tag. I know every one of them by name. It's no need to tag them. I know when they have babies, when they don't. Now, I do have a problem with one of my babies. I can't remember. I didn't write it down. I wrote it down. I can't find what I wrote it down on. Since then, I've got several notebooks from you folks. The day little Carrie was born. I didn't put her picture in my regular camera, which dates them. And I can't find the video that I made the day she was born. So if you guys know that date, let me know. Just let me know. You know how it is when you get my age. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about will be tattoos. So just hang on, I get that stuff together. The next thing on body piercing is a tattoo. It's a little tattoo machine gun here, or handle, however you call it. Here's a bunch of different tattoos, numbers and stuff, and here's the ink that's used. And there's different brands, different companies, and the reason I have this is many years ago, I can't even remember, probably 15 years ago, I raised AKC pugs. And AKC required me to tattoo all my breeders. Whether you have one or a dozen, you had to tattoo them. And so that's what I had to have this here little tattoo set up here. And these numbers go through 1 through 10, and we also have the ABCs. So anyway, you could come up with any kind of number you wanted for each animal. So I'm gonna take our little cow head, and what you do, you tattoo there's several ways. Some people smear the ink on first and then tattoo over it. It'll push the ink down inside the little holes. And others will take and just tattoo it and then put the ink over it and kind of mash it in with your fingers. It'll go right on in the holes and it'll stay. And when the other ink wears off, those little letters will still have the ink down inside of it, and it'll heal up that way, and you'll always be able to see that number. So I've done it both ways. I'm not going to use the ink because it's nasty. As you can see, you get it on your hands, it's hard to get off. And I'll be going in after a while and she say, oh my gosh, you got green stuff all over your hands. So I'll have to work on it and get that off. So I'm gonna do this real fast, see how it works out. So hang on, get my little cow head. Get my little cow head up here. Come on, little girl. All right, you stick it, the ear inside here and just mash. And I don't know if you can see it too well. It's a 1C. Then you take that ink and just kind of spread it over it with your finger. Just spread it all in, mash it all in like that. And all this here would wear off in a little time, and that leave that 1C showing. Okay. That's the way you do the tattoos. That's the way you do the tags. And Heidi didn't have to demonstrate none of this. So I don't know if I ought to give this little cow a name. I ought to give her a little name. I guess we'd call her a little volunteer or whatever. All right. So that's on these kind of things. Earmarking as far as, you know, as the tags and the little tattoos. And like I say, you come across and you put the ink on top of the little tattoos and rub it in. And it'll be there from now on. So now I'm going to show you a couple more forms of body piercing that we try to avoid here on the farm. But there's several ways, but we'll talk about them. Now another way we do body piercing here is by thorns. Look how long that thorn is. Look at that point. Can you see that point? These are off lemon bushes, guys. You can drive over one of these things with your four-wheeler and you'll get a flat, just like a nail. Talk about nails, that's another kind of form of body piercing you find around farms and even construction sites. It's very important to not leave any nails sticking up out of boards. It don't matter if you wear shoes or not. Now, well, this is a form of body piercing too. This little guy Daniel come by one night, check on his mom, sit down in a chair. This little guy's come over, hopped up on the arm of the chair and latched on to Daniel, biting on his arm, clawing him. Not out of anger, just out of play. But all kinds of body piercing goes on around here. But this here, I took a tire off my side-by-side end. I kept airing it up. And I took it to the tire shop because I'd plugged it several times. Thought, well, I'll just get me a tube for it. And I took it up there. Guy broke it down. He come outside. He said, hey, I'm not going to be able to put a tube in that tire. I says, why not? He says, it's got thousands of these things right here. And he had a couple of these here in his hand. He said, you must have been in West Texas around that mesquite and stuff. I got them big thorns. I said, no, it's never been away from our place. That's wild lemon bushes. So I try to avoid them, but now and then they'll get cut down or break off and be in a trail, and they're bad. Now these things here, when they stick you, that little thorn there, it don't have to break off in your skin. It's like it seems like it's got some kind of poison or something, because it'll make the sores. Oh, it's horrible. Not a sore, but your arm, wherever it sticks, will be so sore. It's like some kind of poison or something. And when I work with these things, you can wear gloves, you can wear long sleeves, it don't matter, they go right through it. And we're trying to get rid of them. All right, the last kind of body piercing, and I'm very experienced with this all my life. Anybody that lives on a farm or ranch knows barbed wire. Barbed wire will cut you to pieces. These little things are sharp, very sharp. And they make barbed wire in all kinds of shapes, forms, and fashions. But this is the common we use around this part of the country. This is a four prong. Every so many inches there'll be another little wrap of barbed wire with prongs on it. And some will have just 2, but these are the 4. They're all good for cattle. And cattle can tear through them, especially an old bull if he's mad. Barbed wire don't mean a lot to him. He'll just push his way through it. Horses don't like this stuff at all. They'll stay completely away from it. It don't take much to keep a horse in. Cows a little bit different. So anyway, I just want to tell you guys, that's the forms of body piercing that I'm aware of. Like I say, I've been around the world. I've seen lots of body piercing. You get some of these foreign countries, you'll see all kinds of wild stuff with body piercing. But around here, this is the most common for me. All right, I love you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm going to go get some green paint off my hands. Catch you guys later. I love you.